Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the mistakes people make when cooking steaks on their Weber-Q. Cooking a good steak on a Weber-Q is a simple task, but people seem to overcomplicate it. Now this all starts when you choose your steak from the supermarket or the butcher. Generally speaking, a steak with some marbling or some fat running through it is a better steak. When you cook a steak that has more fat running through it, that fat renders down and it stops the steak from drying out and you get much more flavor out of it. I used to make the mistake back in the day when I used to buy a steak. I would try and look for the leanest piece of steak possible that had the least amount of fat running through it, thinking it was going to taste better. But those steaks always seem to dry out. And then I realized that when you go for a steak that has more marbling or more fat running through it, that steak always had more flavor and it ended up being more juicy after it was cooked. So give it a go, guys. Next time you're shopping for it, try choose a fattier cut of meat, cook it and see what you think. Now I'm going to talk about the mistakes people make when cooking their piece of steak on the barbecue. Now that we've chosen our piece of meat and we're happy with it, the first thing to talk about is preheating the barbecue. This is a really big one, especially with a Weber-Q, as they're not the hottest barbecue in the world. So they do need a long preheat time. So we're talking 10 minutes with both burners on max, or if you just have the one burner, just run your one Q burner on max. It does need minimum 10 minutes to heat up and the lid has to be down. Don't preheat it with the lid up, as you're not going to get anywhere near the temperature you need to sear your steak properly. Preheating the barbecue properly makes a difference to the crust on the steak. You want the outside of your steak to char up and get some nice grill marks on it, and the inside to still be a nice medium or medium rare. If you don't preheat the grill for long enough, it won't be hot enough and you're going to overcook the inside while trying to still get that nice crust on the outside. So always preheat for minimum 10 minutes with the lid down. Now tip number 2 when cooking a steak on the Weber-Q is not temperature checking your meat. A lot of people have different methods on how to cook the steak, whether it's leave it for a minute and then 2 minutes and twist it, flip it, etc. But the correct way to check the doneness of your steak is by probing it with a temperature gauge. Now you've got a few options here. If you're doing a thick piece of steak and it's going to be cooking for a while, you can put a Bluetooth thermometer in the side of it, which allows you to walk away from the barbecue and let it cook slowly and come up to temperature slowly. This sends all the data to your phone, so you can then be inside and check the temperature of your steak on your mobile phone, especially if it's a cold night and you don't want to keep coming outside to check it. Or if you're doing a thinner cut of meat, like a steak that only takes, say, 4 minutes to cook, you can use a quick read thermometer. Now, a quick read thermometer is really handy because it gives you the temperature instantly. All you have to do is probe into the meat. You'll instantly get your temperature reading and you can just keep checking it multiple times throughout the cook. Now, this is more handy if you're going to just be cooking a piece of meat that's only on there for a few minutes. Now, the thermometers I use can be found in the link below if you guys want to check them out for yourselves, along with all the other accessories I use when cooking on this barbecue. So feel free to check these out, guys, as they do help to make sure you've got a perfectly cooked steak. If you're using a probe, you won't ever overcook your steak again, as you can pull it off at the right time. Now, mistake number 3 that I see people make is not patting their meat dry before putting it on the barbecue. Now, what I mean by this is when you pull a steak out of a packet, you'll notice it's very wet. There's a lot of moisture and water on it. If you leave this on, it screws up the way the steak's going to cook and the crust you're going to get on the outside of it. So prior to cooking this steak, pull it out of the fridge, make sure you pat that steak down and get it completely dry. And then when you season it, all the seasoning really pulls into the meat and you won't have the steak boiling on the grill. It'll just give it a nice sear, and that's what you want when you're cooking a steak. So make sure you always pat down your meat before you cook it. Just use some paper towel, that works best. Try not to use tissues or anything because they do rip, but paper towel, if you've got a good quality paper towel, it works really good for patting the meat down without breaking. Also, guys, when you pull that meat out of the fridge, you want to let it get up to room temperature. So I normally just pat the meat down and then let it just sit on the bench for about half an hour to an hour, depending on how thick the piece of meat is. That helps the steak cook better and it stays more tender when you do that. So always get it up to room temperature. So now once you've got your steak all prepared, it's at room temperature, you've patted dry, you've seasoned it, it's time to get it on the grill, which you've now preheated for 10 minutes, so it should be searing hot. Once this steak touches the grill grates, you want to make sure you shut that lid as soon as possible, as these barbecues like to cook with the lid down. The temperature stays a lot higher and you do get a nicer sear on the steak when the lid's down. So remember, always cook with the lid down. Even after you've turned it and flipped it, lid back down. It makes a huge difference to how your steak cooks. If you don't believe me, try it both ways. Try with the lid up, and you'll notice you'll probably get a good sear right at the start, but if you keep cooking with the lid up, the temperature just keeps dropping out of the grill grates and you will not get a nice sear on the other side of your steak. So I cannot stress that enough, cook with the lid down on the Weber-Q. Now that brings me on to the next point when cooking on this barbecue. Once you do get that steak on the grill, I aim to put it in a corner or up the top of the barbecue. Don't overcrowd the grill. You want to have enough space so that when you go to twist your steak to get the nice crosshatch marks on it or flip it over, you always want to be moving your steak to a fresh part of the grill, as when you move it to a fresh part of the grill that's been untouched, it's going to be searing hot still. If you flip your steak in the same spot, a lot of the temperature has been sucked out of that grill when you've put that cold piece of meat on. So every time you move the steak or flip it, you want to be aiming to put it on the new part of the grill. That way it's always going to be searing hot, whether it's twisting it to get the nice marks on your steak or flipping it over to sear off the other side of it. You'll notice all my videos, I always do that with my steaks. They go from one side to the other side of the grill just to make sure there's the highest amount of temperature coming out of this barbecue. Now, the next mistake that I see a lot of people do is constantly flipping a steak. You don't need to keep flipping it every 30 seconds until you're happy with the color of the steak. Most steaks take between 2 and 4 minutes per side to get the nice crust on it. Personally, I like to go 1 to 2 minutes as soon as I put it on the grill, and then I like to twist it to get the nice crosshatch marks for another 1 to 2 minutes. Then I flip the steak over. Then you'll notice that that side that was just cooking has always got a nice sear on it, nice crosshatch marks, and a nice char on it. Then I try to repeat the process once the steak's been flipped over on the other side while probing it and checking the temperature. But now that we've got the nice char on that one side of it, it's presentable, it's flavorful. All you're doing after that is chasing the internal temperature. But normally once flipping it, it takes another 2 to 4 minutes to finish that cook. So the steak's only been flipped a total of once during the whole cook. Give it a go the next time you cook a steak, and I'm sure you guys will be impressed with that method. Now, I hope this helped clear up some of the mistakes you guys are making when cooking steaks. Like I said earlier, it's a really simple thing to do on a barbecue, but people overcomplicate it. With the Weber-Q, like I said, make sure you preheat it for long enough, make sure the lid's down when preheating and cooking, pat down your meat to make sure it's dry, and follow the simple method when cooking the steak. Don't keep flipping it. Put it on a hot part of the grill. When you twist it or flip it, move it to another part of the grill to make sure it's still searing hot, and you won't be disappointed with your steaks, guys. If this video helped you out at all, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and happy grilling.